What up? That's his squad, and welcome back, guys. Here's your boy Sean.
And your girl Mel. Welcome, guys.
Welcome back, guys. All right.
All right, guys. You guys send us this video, and we're going to react to it. Parents of Nolan Wells breaks their silence on Good Morning America.
Let's go. All right, so guys, before we get into it, smash that like button, turn that notification bell so you guys be notified. Let's dive into it. Here we go.
More on the mysterious death of Nolan Wells. We're joined by his parents, Christine and Elmore Wansley, as well as their attorney, Ben Crump. And before we get started, first off, I want to thank you for being here under these circumstances. I know how extremely tough it must be, and we can express how sorry we are for you and your family. And first question, how are you two holding up?
Taking it second by second.
Day by day.
Second by second and day by day, which we all can understand. And I just want to ask you, the friends that Nolan traveled to Horn Island with, they say that he stayed behind voluntarily. Why would he stay behind?
That we cannot answer. I can't fathom why he would.
I don't know why he would. We always taught him to, if you go with a group, you stay with a group. Mm-hmm. Even when he was in college, he would say, Dad, well, we're gonna ride down to a party or something in another city. Now, so I was out telling him, look, if you go with 5, you come back with 5. Do not separate from your group. Because I always said, safety is in numbers. Mm-hmm. And he always said, yes, sir. So he knew to stay with his group. So why would he split from his group? I don't know.
So that would have been unusual for him to split from the group. Yeah. And you said he would always check in with you. Did he check in with you that day?
So that day, no, I don't. But of course, too, they were on the boat. And usually when he is out there, which it's not uncommon, he's, I think, since last year, he's been going there occasionally with his friends. And so it would always just be like, hey, Mom, I'm back, type of thing. But this time there was no call or text from him. It was from his friend.
And then too, really didn't worry a lot about it because it was his last weekend to have fun.
Yeah.
Because that Monday he had to report to school. We was preparing to take him back for camp to prepare for the season. So, we're gonna see. He wanted to have his last little hurrah before he locked down and get ready for the season. Because, like I said, the entire summer he's training. He got more serious. He started to understand what I was trying to tell him about. Football not just being fun, but as you get farther in it, it becomes a business. If you want to excel, you have to understand, and you have to understand both at the same time.
And we know, Ben, that you said that you're going to do an independent investigation.
Yes.
And you say you have Nolan's cell phone and messages were deleted. How could you tell messages were deleted?
Well, his parents got the phone back, and that's something that's important, Michael, because they tracked this phone on Life 360.
So Life 360, but when I received the phone call from Warren, I immediately called my friend Toshima, and I said, hey, have you guys seen Nolan? Because her 2 sons, Jalen and Javon, they grew up together. They played City League sports together. When they got into school, they played sports together. And so she was like, hey, okay, the boys were pulling up the location from Snapchat. So the Snapchat location looks completely different than the Life 360 location. So when I pulled up Life 360, it was different. It was showing everywhere the phone had been. I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land. I'm not. He's like, but no, he didn't come back with us.
Well, how were you able to get the phone?
So we tracked it, and my friend Toshima went and picked it up.
It wasn't like they said we got his phone. They tracked it, and that highlights all these contradictions, Michael. The fact that they said Nolan was talking to a young woman, and she said that he said, I'm going back to get on the boat with the boys. The boys said that he said he was going to stay with her. And so that's an obvious contradiction. And then this video of this, you can hear an argument going where Nolan is saying, give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing? And so then his phone ends up missing. I don't know any teenagers, Michael Strahan, who says, if you believe their story, I'm gonna stay behind and I'm gonna leave my phone. I mean, no young person leaves their cell phone. And so then there's so many things their parents were telling us about, even why didn't his body wash up with the tide on Sunday? Why would it come on Monday? It's not adding up. Wow. And that is the problem when you think about the history of Mississippi.
Yeah, so there are so many questions that need to be answered. And is there anything you'd like people to know about Nolan? What would you like them to know about your son?
Oh. Come on, Mom.
No,
okay.
Nolan, take your time. Nolan was very loving. He was liked by all. It was not a friend that he couldn't make.
No, we'll be right back with more for the parents of Nolan Wells and attorney Ben Crump. We're back now on GMA with the parents of Nolan Wells, Christina and Elmore Wansley. And I want you to please continue to tell us what you want the world to know about your son.
So Nolan was just like this bright light, right? Walk into a room, his smile, his energy was just so infectious. Like it's almost like he drew you into him. And he was just one of those people, like he always wanted everyone to be included. He didn't want anyone to feel left out. I remember one of his teachers emailing us. I can't remember what grade he was in, but basically it was math class. They had a special needs student, and she asked a question, and Nolan got everyone to put their hands down because he wanted that student to answer. And so the student answers the question, and she was like, Christine, the classroom, Nolan went crazy, and everyone else started going crazy, just celebrating that child. Making them feel included. And that was the person he was. Like he loved everyone. And I always told Nolan, like, you know, you have to be careful when you have such a big heart like that. I love that God blessed you with that, but you have to be careful with that because, you know, that it's not always returned, that type of love. But he was just genuinely a good person. Like I always say, all the best parts of me are with him.
And Dad, anything else you want to add?
Beautiful.
It's just, he's gonna be really missed. I know a lot of his teammates, they all looked at him as a leader. He's more like a silent leader. Not real big on words, more on action, which is kind of like I was. I really wasn't real big on talking. I really wanted to show you and you follow me, and people followed him. And it's gravitated. He put in the work, he worked hard, and he knew he was focused on what he wanted. And he wanted to make life better for, you know, his family. He wanted to have his own family. He used to say, Dad, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. I said, well, son, you got to take it one step at a time. Slow down, let's go, let's walk this thing out. You know, let's train, let's sign our deals, let's make these teams, make these camps, put the work in, and everything else will work out. Even his baby brother, their bond got even stronger because now I have a big brother that he's finna do something, so now I want to outdo that. So his focus and his confidence has got even better. So I was looking forward to both of them having outstanding years.
Seasons,
He seemed like he inspired in the home and he inspired outside of the home. And Attorney Crump, where do we go from here? What's next?
Well, the deleted messages that Christina was going to briefly touch on, we want to get the phone and figure that out.
Backtrack on that. When we finally got his phone, me and my sister went through the phone. We went in his Snapchat. He had 2 accounts, absolutely nothing. It wasn't even 24 hours, which is how long videos and pictures stay in Snapchat. And I was just like, that can't be. Like, I've seen Nolan whenever he snaps, like when he goes and he's having fun, like he does videos, like there was absolutely nothing, no saved videos. And even my sister was like, yeah, that's suspicious,
Michael,
you know.
We having an independent autopsy done at the behest of his family. Colin Kaepernick helped pay for the independent autopsy. We flew his body up from Mississippi to D.C. because they wanted an autopsy done by a person with no interaction with the Mississippi law enforcement, because there's an issue of trust here that is really important. And the fact that they keep trying to say, well, suggesting it was a drowning, but nobody out there reported him drowning, it's not adding up, Michael Strahan. It is not adding up.
And honestly, we are doing this because at the end of the day, I would hope any parent would fight for their kids to find out if anything happened, what did happen. So we just want honesty and transparency. We want a thorough investigation. We want that same respect that would be given to anybody else, and that's it. We just want answers.
Well, we really appreciate all of you being here. We hope you get the answers that you deserve to have, and we hope you get the closure that you need. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Mike.
There it is.
Wow.
Condolences to the family. My heart goes out to the mom and dad.
Condolences. Yes.
They're definitely struggling with
And
this
the
right
brother.
now. And the brother.
Baby brother.
And the rest of the family and friends. But this just like lets us know that we gotta teach our kids to choose their friends careful. Because it just seemed like his friends know something and they're not speaking up. Not saying that they did it or they caused it, but for them not to have any information is crazy.
No one has any information. The thing that's really like suspicious to me is there are two different stories. The girl is saying that he went back with the friends, and the friends are saying that he stayed with the girl. So, you know, when you lie,
You gotta
they're going to
continue
be
lie.
all, you have to continue to lie. And the story will keep changing with a lie. The truth always stays the same. So I am very confident that they're going to get to the bottom of this. It's just, it makes me cry because we're seeing this so much. Like our children are being killed, our children are dying. You know, we're losing so many of our children, and these parents deserve answers. None of this stuff is adding up. They deserve answers. We all would want answers, you know?
Yeah, and then for them, you know, for the mom to get the cell phone in her possession and see, you know, no pictures, no nothing
Yeah.
that this kid is used to, you know, doing, something is wrong.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's like cracks, and you know, it's going to come out
Yes.
because I don't think that he drowned on purpose. You know, I think something was done to him. I don't think that
It was a mistake, basically.
yeah,
Right.
you know, like it was on his behalf.
Right.
Like he did something to cause this. I think that someone is behind this and someone knows some answers and someone need to speak up and
Right.
tell the truth.
Absolutely.
You know, because they got a strong legal team now, Mr. Ben Crump. And I think they're going to get to the bottom of it. You know, so prayers going out to the family. And you know, I'm just sad that this had to come to this.
Yeah.
This is terrible. This is terrible.
Yeah,
All right.
it truly is. And it's sad because, you know, as parents, we've all had this conversation with our kids. I have this conversation with we have children in college. With our daughter, I have the conversation. I'm always calling her. She gets upset with me. But we have, like, they don't understand. They don't understand how at risk they are.
Right.
Like, we're losing our children.
It's so sad.
It's very sad.
It's so sad. And it's like this is just like played over and over again. You know, you gotta see two parents come on TV with a lawyer, and you know, they grieving and crying. Like I can see the pain in their faces.
Yeah.
You know, so no one truly know how they feel unless they're in their shoes. You know, so We just gotta pray for the family. You know, pray that they get through this, and pray that they get the answers that they want. Guys, we want to
That they
thank y'all
need.
for watching.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Y'all go ahead, smash that like button, give this video a big fat thumbs up, and also get inside the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. All right, we signing off. Peace, love, and blessings.
Have a blessed day, guys.
Peace.
Peace.